Hey, let's go. So today we're going to see if a fish finder is worth it. So we're going to fish the Shoalhaven River, we're going to fish some deep water, some shallow water, a few different things in between, and we're going to find out if this lives up to the hype. Alright, so we've got our sonar set up. We've got the side scan on the top here. So as you can see, there's nothing out to my right, and there's some, I know that that's rock structure about 15 meters. Oh, I don't think that's 15 meters, but anyway. There, we've got some rock structure. We've got a down scan here, and this is supposed to be like a contour mapping thing. So what's supposed to happen with that is we should start to see like contour lines pick up for what we go over. But I'm not seeing that, so I might just change the layout to... Can I just change it to be a single thing? I can't, okay. Let's go back. Ah, here we go. Quick draw map. Boom. Ah, what? Got tangled. You're kidding me. Right when I need you to work, you failed me. Ah. Big bust up on the surface, something chasing bait. Here I am, can't even cast a hard body. Hard body was the exact same size as the thing. It's the thing there too. Come on, surely you hit it. Whoop. It was a tailor. I saw that. It was a tailor for sure. Anyway, I've got my custom setup ready. We've got... Oh yes, it's working! Woohoo! Oh wow, look at that. That's a lot of fish. And look at all that. Oh, that's a crazy school. My goodness. Right, oh. That's right. The fish finder tells me to cast here, so I'm going to do that. You lied to me, fish finder. Oh, yep, got him. Tailor. Oh, and there he goes. Well, that was pretty cool. I can see there's some bait holding up here relatively high up in the water column. We've also got some stuff lower off in the water column. That's a really big return. I don't know if that's a school of bait or whether they're like some sort of larger specimens, but that's quite a big return there. Not seeing too much on the side view yet, but that contrast is terrible. I might try and change the colors on that because that's shocking, but there is a lot of bait around. Look at that. Lots and lots of bait. So this is the lure we're going to trawl. Little double clutch. You can see it's already had a few bite marks from this morning. We're going to throw that out and hopefully pick something up. We're trawling away. That lure's working nicely, which is good. But I can see that we're in about 6 meters of water depth right here. So I know that lure can dive on like really nice conditions, perfect sort of everything. Can dive to about 2 meters deep. So I'm gonna move us over. Oh, there's people there. Let's go this way instead. I can see though about 5 meters up there's some schools of bait hanging around. So it might be in with a chance at some tail, that sort of thing. Having said that, that's still fairly high up in the water column comparatively, so we'll just have to wait and see. That is the warmest water. It's like swimming pool warm, like heated indoor pool kind of. Oh, I probably should have put the engine up. Look at that, folks. We got ourselves a brim. Right just as it was coming in here. That was crazy. Ah. Woohoo! On the double clutch. All that was, I was just slow rolling it back in from the deep water, and he came up behind it, so this big splash of silver, and we hooked him. Amazing. I'm gonna get some pliers so I don't put a treble through my finger, because that will ruin my day. And yeah, we'll go from there. Oh, awesome. Didn't use the fish finder, but there you go. Maybe you don't need the fish finder to catch fish. You just need to be really, really stubborn and keep fishing the flats, even when there's not that much bait there comparative to the deeper water. Oh, that felt good. All right. I'm not gonna waste too much time measuring this fella. He knows he's a good brim. He's probably like, I don't know, I wanna say 30 centimeters-ish. Right. Let's let you go. Alright, lucky last cast on the flats. Alright, it's looking quite barren out here now. I'm not seeing anything on the side scan or the like down scan. So we're gonna keep moving around until we find some bait. Say that's some bait. That's like what, 10, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, a lot of meters worth of bait, I would say. But I'm not seeing like, there's a little arch there, maybe. I'm not seeing lots of big arches around, so I might keep moving on till we find the bait and the arches, and that's when we'll start fishing. Based on my fish finder, there's a school of fish that are, I have no idea how big, but about there, sort of 10 meters out from my boat. So no idea what they are. I'm gonna fish for them anyway. Well, I haven't hooked on. Could have been just like a school of EP or something though. And like, by the time my lure got down to there, they'd already moved on. Don't know. Do not know. Alright folks, well, the fish finder was right. I mean, it may not have been. It might have been that it was a stick over there and this just happens to be a fish, but... Oh, so I cast over there where the side scan told me there was some fish. Oh, I see it. And EP, there you go. I reckon that's what it was. It looks like a big score of something there. And I pretty much just work my lure from the shallow water to the deeper water. And when I say shallow, probably about 5 meters to 10. And then he smacked it. There we go. I think this is a nice fish. Shout out to that fella. Oh, this might be a nice fish. Oh, nice brim. Nice brim. Very nice. Oh, that might be a PB. Oh, easy fella. Look at that. Oh, okay, I don't think it's a PB. but still a nice bream. And I'd like to point out as well, I saw it on the fish finder. In about 5 minutes of water depth there were lots and lots of like that sized fish. So very cool. Happy with that. So, so many flies. For anyone who wants to come here and do what I'm doing, that's Manildra there. And if you come down, keep coming down on your left-hand side, you'll see that like sort of old wharf with the big yellow bit on it. I'm just like, I don't know, like 50 meters maybe away from that, something around there. And yeah, I'm using the Pearl Shrimp Soft Vibe with the Shimano S Factor on it. 10-pound braid, I think 10-pound, yeah, 10-pound leader and 10-pound braid, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, just doing the little prawn kick, and he picked me up off the bottom, which is very cool. Well, there we go, folks. That was 110% the fish finder then. We just found some bait, and then we found a fish. Now, I didn't actually see this on the fish finder, which, you know, is probably to be expected. But I suspect it's a flatty. Yeah, there you go. Little flatty. I think the general rule of thumb is for every, like, you know, fish you... Oh, and there she goes. For every fish you see on the fish finder, there's usually 1 to 3 more fish. Yeah, for every one you see, there's usually 3 more there. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. But yeah, all we did was found some deep water with, you'll see like these lines coming through, and then every now and again like a big clump of bait. Whoop. And that's, yeah, that's how we found it. So I'm still, you know, I'm not seeing those like super big exciting arches that, you know, most people are looking for when they're sounding around. But I haven't seen that anywhere today, to be honest. So I just went, well, there's some bait here, some deep water. Let's see what happens. And then sure enough, you know, there are fish around. There's a few like little brim around and things, something up in the water column there. Ah, and a snag. Oh, got it. Alright, and we've picked something up. I suspect it's a small little tailor, this one. Don't think it's very large at all. No, not very large at all. Ah, it's a snapper. Look at that, little juvenile snapper taking on a lure the same size as it. It's very brave of you, my friend. He's definitely gone for it too, like it's in his mouth. You are a crazy, crazy snapper. There we go. Yeah, not quite legal that one, but nothing wrong with a bit of snapper. Bit of snapper in the Shoalhaven. I just realised I forgot to record like my thoughts on the fish finder, so I'm doing this sort of just after I've cleaned up the boat. So I thought it would be very good because it would save me a lot of time. Like I can just go to a location, see if there's bait there, and start fishing it or move on. It probably actually cost me more time because I found myself spending a lot more time just standing around looking for that bait rather than just actually fishing and catching fish. Well, trying to. Yeah, so I don't know if it saves time. It is very handy being able to like see, you know, is there bait there? How deep is it? Being able to mark locations so you can come back and like being able to see them flying here. Being able to see like the depths and the changes in depths and have that all like the whole bottom of the river mapped out. That's very useful. Is it worth the cost though? That's a lot more difficult to say. I would say for the vast majority of people, the answer is no. Um, if you're like a super pro fisher, you've got all the good gear, you know, all the good spots, and you just want to be able to like go there, see if there's bait, move on, then I'd say probably. Or if you're like highly skilled with a fish finder and you can be like, oh yes, that's a 70 centimeter mulloway sitting on that bank there. I'm going to cast to it and oh, look at that, I caught it. You know, that like, if you can do that, 100% worth the money, I think. 100%. But I would make sure that you've got the right tackle first. I'd make sure you've got the right lures first, that you're like using good gear. I'd make sure like that you've got like good knives and like good scissors and like good braid. Like it's sort of like the last thing on the list I would get. Like even the electric motor I would say is probably better like cost benefit than the fish finder. So is it worth the money? Yes, but not for everyone. Like if you're completely new to a system, fish finder would be great. But if you already know the holes and like, you know, where the fish hang out, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I think it's worth it, but not for everyone and not by a massive amount, especially if you look at those ones where you can blow 10 grand on something that, you know, does give you more options than what I've got, but geez, that's a lot of money. So yeah, worth it? Sort of. That's the verdict.